Hello, Irregular Nation, and welcome to Wandavision Spoiler Review, Episode 5. All right. So once again, we stick to the formula of let's wait till the end of the show to do something good. And you go, and then you got to tune in next week. You sons of bitches. Well, all right. So before we dive into the episode, now that we're at episode 5 and that's done, and we've only got, 3 left? 9 episodes, I think. Yeah, I think it's a 9-episode season. So it's like, shit, 9 episodes, and we still haven't got, anything kind of monumental. I will say this, though. Episode 4 and 5, we finally started getting some cinematic stuff where we're out of the, let's go back to the retro, TV shows, and we're giving it that. Even though I do enjoy that because it is kind of eerie. Like they did Family Ties for episode 5. And when you love when the characters come out of the character and they're just like, it gets like real creepy and eerie. And now episode 5 right now where Vision's starting to figure out like what the fuck's going on here. Something's wrong. There's really something wrong. Like you actually saw him get angry and frustrated and all that. But like I said, we'll dive into that. But I do like that we are getting some cinematic stuff. So you like they're teasing you with just wait, the last episode, or I feel like the last 2 episodes are going to be like the action-packed episodes where shit goes down finally. And then that's how they're going to draw you back for the second season, and all that kind of stuff. But I put this show in the middle of the pack. I give it like a 7 out of 10 because the acting's good in it. The chemistry's good between the 2 actors. But when it comes to like overall, I mean, I've said this in other videos that I've done. I get the cameo stuff. I get the surprise endings, this and that, but give me a little bit more throughout it. If you're only going to be a 30-plus minute show, give me fucking more. You got to give me a little bit more. You got to give me some action. Because we haven't got any action in this show whatsoever. There's not been any kind of like, woo, so when it comes to that. But like I said, the show still interests, it still got my interest. My partner behind me, she is only watching this because I'm watching it. And I get that. And I can definitely see I can even see like Marvel fans not even feeling this as much, even though what they're setting up through this show. See, that's kind of what they do with Marvel, and they're going to start doing that with DC finally. They're going to start tying their movieverse into their TV shows, and the TV shows are going to reflect that, blah, 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 which is good. So that's kind of how you can make something that is somewhat mediocre or somewhat, not even, it's entertaining, but it's not. It could be like a background show for you while you're cleaning or working out or whatever. Like I watched episode 5 while I was on my exercise bike. So it's not like I had to sit down and be like, and go like that. You want to know what a good series was with that? Watchmen. Watchmen is really good. That's on HBO Max. It's a hell of a series. But let's dive into, so before, like I always say, guys, I'm the irregular one. So as even when we go into these spoiler reviews, my mind, as you all should know, goes all over the place. And I'll tie this in, I'll tie that in, and then we're still talking about this, the topic that I want to talk about. I just rounded back. So anyway, as we go into that bullshit rant, let's go into the share right here with what I want to show everybody. Okay. Oops, I did that click again. I was actually told not to use the click, but sorry. So as we looked at episode 5, I mean, at the start of it, Agnes right here, And we like her. She's been in a very limited role, but anytime she's on screen, you're always kind of drawn to her. Like I said, she's been in a lot of different movies, this and that, but I'm a fan of this lady. She's cool. She's funny. But she actually breaks out of character when she comes in, and Vision notices it at the beginning of the episode. And that's when you kind of went, oh, all right. So I like the way they do those quick riffs, like where they're paying the lip service, not lip service. Well, they're paying the fan service to like the old school shows, Family Ties, the prior episodes, Dick Van Dyke Show was Bewitched, and I might have missed. Oh yeah, and then oh my God, how can I forget Brady Bunch, which is cool, and I understand how they're using that for the aspect, but it was a lot better, I feel, in this episode, the way they were using it, because it got creepy, and it got creepy fast. They didn't waste too much time. Like, you could see Vision starting to lose his mind a little bit, which I like, because, I mean, he's dead. So she's playing with a corpse. At least we think she is. It's kind of weird. And we did see that in the episode, which was nice. Like right here, he's having a moment. This was near the end of the episode with her. We'll come back to that as you see me scrolling through here. These two, this whole aspect right here with the kids, interesting. I'm glad that the kids actually age fast, because when they were at the young stage with the mommy thing, I'm like, oh God. I'm really not in the mood to see this kind of thing. Do we really have to focus on that? But I understand why they did focus on it, because we got to see the kids age from infants to 5 years old to 10 years old. And, and that had significance to where, Vision starts to say, what the hell is going on here? What are you doing? But as we also saw throughout the episode, that's one of our big reveals right there. We'll get to that. We will get to that. So right here, we'll start talking about some stuff. This is the shot right here that I'm taking the mouse around. That's near the end of the episode. And this was, of course, at the beginning when I was talking about Agnes coming in. And then she also played a role here later where the kids wanted to have a dog, and how they kind of use that, where when the dog dies and it's found, of course, in Agnes's lawn, that they want her mother to bring him back to life, and they know that she can do that, which is like, I don't know if anybody picked up on that. So that's the one thing I do, even though I might not be fully invested in stuff, but when I'm watching a show, I want to see all the details. So that's why I can get down with what they're doing with the retro TV shows and throwing them into it, because it's like, oh my God, Wanda, how much TV did you watch that this is your happy place? All different like 70s sitcoms, 80s sitcoms, and all that. It's creepy, because she's keeping, so to get into this show, you have to get past the action part, like how I was kind of ranting earlier about action. There's a real mind fuck going on with this show. So, I mean, right here, as you could see, this is, they show, because you have the douchebag. It also has that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. kind of feel. If anybody ever watched that show, I did watch that for a little bit, and then I felt it went on too long, and I was like, I checked out. You see, like, it was cool when they were showing the footage of Wanda going to steal Vision's corpse. But at the same token, they're making it too obvious where it's all Wanda controlling this whole thing. It's obviously not just her controlling the whole thing. And that kind of ties into the end of the episode that we'll get to. And you saw me scroll past him was Pietro, her brother, Quicksilver. But the Quicksilver that comes in is not from this universe, not from this Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is from the X-Men universe. If you ever saw X-Men First Class, Days of Future Past, or Dark Phoenix, or even, no, he was in Apocalypse too. X-Men Apocalypse. The last two X-Men movies, not so good. The first two, también. Second two, not so much. But that was interesting. So that's obviously going to bring in the multiverse. Has to. So right there, it tells you Wanda, and then as we kind of go all over, because like I said, this episode, like when we talk about this episode, it didn't have that much going on. I mean, you hear me talking about it because I'll pay attention to all this stuff. But when it comes to just like watching it, you're like, okay, all right. Oh no, they're not going here. Like I said, when we still have this picture up and you have the dark imagery of Vision's corpse, and we saw that in episode 4, which was cool. I love that they did that. But this shot right here, that's where, they gave us little spots of her going into the facility and stealing his body. And she's got to be controlled by somebody else because she's not that dark. She was at one point, but are we to think that she's just become this dark and now this is what she wants to do? Or she was put into this, she has control of it, and someone's monitoring her power to see what she can do. So there's a little bit of a, something big is coming, but you don't know what is coming. Is it going to be a Magneto reveal? Is it going to be Ultron coming back to life? Or, who the hell knows? But when I'm talking about the multiverse, well, here you go. Here he is. Here is Pietro, her brother, but this is not the Pietro of the MCU universe. That was played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. I do not know his actual name, but we're not going to look it up because I really don't give a shit. So what I'm saying is that, so we just went straight on multiverse right here. We just, and then you see, Darcy go, when did we he was recast. So it's right there. You're like, so I mean, I guess but as I sit here and talk about it, see, we're talking about it. And it's like, what are they going to do in the next episode? Damn it. Come on. And that's exactly what Hope Productions back there heard me scream at the end of it. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, we're going to fucking do this. And that's the end. And then for some reason, also, Disney Plus, what is with the leaving 5-6 minutes of end credits to listen to a song and just watch computerized shit? I don't get it. I'm always like staying in to see if there's some kind of like, your usual, we're going to give you something at the end of the end credit scene. And I don't give a shit. So stop that. Just end the damn episode or make them longer. Enough of that shit. This was a cool spot right here. There's a couple images that you see right here, but just pay attention to where I'm circling right here. This is where Vision starts to figure out in the episode what the hell is going on. Do I remember this character's specific name? No. But Vision brought him out of the stasis that apparently Wanda's keeping everybody in, or is she? And everybody seems to be in some type of pain. Like they know that they're in this, but they can't get out of it. And that part right there. So there's like the horror element to it, like the freaky, where it keeps you intrigued. But that also won't keep you intrigued if you're someone that doesn't really want to watch the show for that intention. If you're only watching the show just to see action and all that kind of stuff, well, yeah, you're not getting that. It's not that kind of show. There's, romance, mystery, you got the sci-fi, you got the Marvel part. So it's all kind of mixed in there together. And there's going to be a payoff. Hopefully they do the payoff well. But, so far, so good. Like I said, I'll give it a 7 out of 10, but I'm not going to I don't sit here chewing my nails waiting for the next episode. I'm in the moment of watching it, and I'm like, all right. I look forward to it, but, it's not the first thing on my mind. But yeah, other than that, we learn a little bit about, boot. We learn a little more about Monica Rambeau, however they say it. I think it was Rambeau. But I'm digging her character. I like it. But we still aren't diving into too much of it. The one interesting spot was when they were doing the brain scan, I believe, on her. It was blank. So I'm sure that's going to pay. That's going to have something that's going on because they were talking about radiation and all that other kind of shit. So, like I said, this show's got a lot of layers to it. They're making you wanna, they're keeping you. They want to tune you in. They want you to keep tuning in, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're doing a series. So, yeah, I mean, hell, I don't know. I mean, my theories are that there's obviously some other kind of big bad controlling her, because you did see at the end of the episode her kind of getting very emotional. Like like when she came out of the void. The void. I'm saying the void like it's when she came out. Let's see if we have a picture in here, like right here. This was an intense scene. This was a cool scene right here. I love this part. This is when I talk about when they start going cinematic. It starts getting very cinematic right here. And there was parts I said also where it does remind you of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but come on, they've set their universe up, so it doesn't bother me. But I just want them to take another route now. Like, I want them to start going into it. If you've only got like 3 episodes left, I mean, let's go already. Come on. Let's get it going. Like, when she comes, she knows she's not in total control of everything. And obviously Monica knows that too, because she's trying to reach her. And it's just, So, yeah, when she has all the guns pointed at her, and then she freaking mind manipulates everybody, and then it turns it around on the guy, it's like, oh, and it's also like that shades of like a Magneto scene. If anybody's seen any of the X-Men movies, I mean, yeah, he controls metal and all that kind of stuff, but a little reminiscent of the first X-Men, not the X-Men First Class or any of that. But yeah, that's when I talk about the cinematic part. And at the beginning of the episode, just to let everybody know that was a little bit creepy, was that. What the fuck is that? Do we really need that? That is just creepy. Vision, baby? What the hell? I'm sorry. That is just creepy. But yeah. So, hey, if you're watching these spoiler reviews, that means you're still watching the show, as am I. Yeah, you've heard it throughout this little episode right here. Just can we get some action, please? Please, can we get a little bit? That's all I ask. I'm enjoying your honey dicking moments. I like the fact that you now just tease the multiverse, or did you? I mean, we don't know, but that is the assumption, because that is not the Quicksilver of this universe. So cool. We've heard other things, and you heard the reveals are going to be like on Skywalker level from the Mandalorian. So only guesses for me are Ultron, Thanos, Iron Man, or Magneto. I mean, I just gave you a bunch, and Mandalorian gave you Skywalker. So I don't know. Anyway, I want you all to go hit that like, hit that subscribe, and become a part of the Irregular Nation. Because why wouldn't you want to? Come take a ride on the Irregular side. Cheers, everybody.